Guys, welcome to this new video on my channel. Today we are going to find out how good the MakerStack BLHeli 35A electronic speed controllers are. In the first part of the video I will review the hardware, we will remove the shrinking tube here, and we will inspect the PCB itself closely. And in the second part we move out, and before that I attach these to my drone and then we fly them. I will tell you how they fly, how smooth they are. First, what makes these ESCs so special? And I think it's just the price. If you consider 4 of them just cost 42 euros, it's just impressive for the specs they offer. We can see 35 amps at 2 to 5S, and if you consider just over 10 euros per ESC, that's a pretty nice price. And I haven't been purchased them from AliExpress or Banggood or something like that. I purchased them from Amazon. They were delivered after 2 days and not like 2 to 5 weeks when you buy from these Chinese sites. I firstly unboxed them. I just couldn't imagine how small they really are. If you compare them to my fingernail, they are just a little bit bigger than that. And if you compare them to ESCs, which are a couple of years old, like this one, it's even more impressive. This one I think can just handle 25 amps at 3 or 4S, so not even close to the power this one can provide. It also has much less features than this one. On this one you've got an RGB LED which is configurable over your computer. It has a higher power output. It's much smaller. You can fit it on your quad perfectly here on the arm, and it is just nice how small they are. I think we can just cut one of them open. And by the way, I've got my mother's nail scissors here. They are a pretty nice tool actually. I'm not addicted to drugs, I just wasn't careful enough while playing with my drone, so always put the props off if you test something inside. I learned it the hard way. Okay, I think I got it without damaging it. That would be unfortunate if I broke it before the test even began. What can I say about this ESC? The first thing I see, which is nice, that you have got a lot of capacitors here. What they basically do is to smooth out the voltage which comes in here at the main leads. These, as you know, connect to your battery, and when you, for example, punch up the quad in the sky, the battery voltage drops, and these capacitors help to smooth out that drop so that the motor in the end runs smoother. The MOSFETs here of the ESC, they are very small. It's pretty impressive how they can handle 35 amps at 5S. I hope there are no problems with overheating or something like that. In the test later I should theoretically not stress them that much, because I just fly with 4S and they can handle 5S, so it's not the maximum power which I will draw from them. And I think they will hold up just fine. I just hope so. Here at the top left corner we can see another capacitor. That's nice to see as well. I think this one smooths out the voltage for the DC converter, which probably supplies the main chip here with 3.3 volts. I don't want to go too deep in this, that's not necessary for this video. What's also nice about this one is that we've got pre-attached wires here. They seem to be pretty nice, high quality silicone. It's always nice to have. There isn't soldered a wire to one port here. That's the telemetry output. That's not that big of a deal, at least for me, because in this test I won't use telemetry. For those people which don't know what telemetry is, It basically sends information to your flight controller, like the RPM of the motor or temperature, anything like that. So you can see in your OSD some information about your ESC, and you can basically monitor it, which is always nice to have. Yeah, what I can say about the general soldering quality of this board, it's not that nice, but it's also not that bad. We can see some of the resistors and capacitors here aren't parallel to each other, or are just a little bit misaligned. It's not that big of a deal, but yeah, I think it's pretty obvious if you consider the price that it's not high-end quality here. I think it will work just fine, and hopefully we don't get any problems. I will just mount the ESCs now to my quad. By the way, the motors I will use for this test are budget motors as well. I think I got them on eBay for 18 bucks out of China. They are not the newest version, and I think that's why they are so cheap. They just want to get rid of them. They are standard 22/5 motor with 2300 kV. I flew them before this test with another ESCs, and it was very smooth. The reason why I exchanged my old ESC is because it stopped working. Before those, I used this 4-in-1 ESC. It just contains 4 ESCs on one board, and it has advantages like weight reduction, and in general your quad looks cleaner. But when just one ESC goes bad, you can throw the whole board away, and that what happened here. I think the bottom left one got damaged, and the motor wasn't running properly. Yeah, enough theory for now. Let me assemble this real quick, and then we go out fly. Okay guys, here we are outside. Taking off here is not that easy because the grass, as you can see, is pretty high here, and yeah, I have to start from my back. I do that line of sight real quick.
Engines activated.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I decided to comment this flight afterwards because you couldn't hear me anyways because it was too windy. So yeah, as you can see, the quad flies very smooth as expected. It's pretty smooth in corners, and while doing flips or something like that, it's very stable. And against my assumptions beforehand, there weren't any problems of overheating with those ESCs, which surprised me in a positive way, and I think the GoPro footage speaks for itself. By the way, the spot, it's very nice. It was the spot where I flew for the first time. Yeah, I think I fly for 4 months now. And this channel here is actually my second channel. And my first primary channel is a German one. On one video on this channel I showed basically the setup which I fly in this video here. So the controller, the remote controller, and the FPV goggles. Yeah, the only thing which is different in this video is the quad basically. If you are German, you can maybe check it out. I think this one flies very nice with these MakerStack BLHeli 35A electronic speed controllers, and I can definitely recommend them. Yeah, for the price they are just awesome, as you can see in the video. On Banggood I think they just cost $37, and yeah, and one of them costs €7 or something like that. But if you consider that it just costs a few bucks more on Amazon, I think it's worth it to buy it on Amazon. Yeah, just because it gets delivered after 2 days usually. Yeah, I hope you liked this video. If you like, you can subscribe, leave a nice comment down below, like the video. Yeah, and I see you in the next one.